Hey, it's Frank from 40 Honeybee, and I'm just gonna do a bit of a voiceover here for this one because the uh, the wind noise on this video was unbearable. So, what we're gonna do is remove the wraps from all of these hives here that you're looking at, and this is the first look into these hives this spring. So, I probably haven't looked at them since March, so early or late March, and right now it's May the 9th. And it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so happy Mother's Day to everybody. And now it's time to have a look in all these hives, see how they're doing, and start to plan out resource management, swapping, and basically managing the queens as well to find out which ones are candidates for rearing. So we'll do separate videos for each hive here so I can release them throughout the week and keep them short. So that's what we're doing at 40 Honeybee. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is getting this lid off here. And remove the actual plastic wrap. So we'll just speed through that part because you don't need to see that. Plastic wraps work great. I'm happy with them. They just provide a bit of garbage, unfortunately. But I like them better than those insulated bee cozies. I thought those just become a pain in the butt to deal with. All right, let's see how these guys are doing now. Just remove that top box of insulation and have a first look into the hive. And we'll get this lid removed here, and you can see there's a whole bunch of ants there and larvae. They're thinking they found their own nest here because the bees can't get at them right now. But that's all going to change, and change very soon. Where's my hive tool? I'm 5 minutes into the video, so naturally I've already lost the hive tool twice. That's pretty much standard for me. There it is. Let's make sure the queen isn't on the bottom of this box. There are a lot of bees stuck to it. She could be, you never know. There's a few bees there, but I don't see the queen, so we're in good shape. They're pretty agitated already, so let's get rid of these ants and take it from there. Wow. Holy moly. That's one good looking hive there. You can see the larvae here, and on top you're going to see a lot of larvae on the top of the frames, which is all drone brood, which the queen has already laid. Okay, I'm going to throw these guys and the ants. I'm going to throw these guys into the hive and try to get the ants out of the hive. Okay. So you can see this hive already has a lot of brood happening and a lot of drone brood. All this drone larva on top is good. Even though it's torn away and it's dead, there's no shortage of drone larvae here. And I like seeing the drone larva, especially at this stage, because it will allow me to see any mites. And the mites really like the drone larva because it's in there for so long. And just carefully looking at each one, I have not seen a mite yet. You see how some of the ants have run back into the hive, and that's okay. The bees will take care of this. It's a nice strong hive, so they're not going to have an issue with a few ants. They're going to evict them quite nicely, actually. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 frames of bees here. So this is actually going to need a second super pretty soon, and that's a great sign. So having said that, I'm going to take some of the resources from one of these hives, or some of these hives, to the weaker hive or hives that we've got in the colony. So I'm going to try and get this frame out. Just try to be a little extra careful here, because the first time you pull a frame out in the spring, it's the most likely time you're going to break something. You could break the box, you could break the frame. So just take your time, especially on the first frames, because they're pretty tight. We'll see if both sides come out okay. So far, so good. We just got to bring it up nice and slowly because we don't know where the queen is. There she comes. Don't want to squish anything. And we're looking to see honey on this frame, and that's what we've got. Good amount of honey. I'll look for the queen on every frame, but hopefully she's still marked, so she'll be findable. Now, the only strong hive that I've gone into so far this year already had no sign of my marked queen. So in other words, they must have swarmed in the late fall, and they made a new queen on their own. And the good news is that new queen is already laying, and laying really nicely. So I'm happy about that. Oh, and there's the queen right there. Look at that. There she is. Big, beautiful blue queen. Can you see her there? Pretty much right in the middle of the frame, working her way to the left of your frame. So let's do this now. Now that I know the queen is here, if there's another frame of brood over here, I'll judge it as like the oldest brood frame, so the one that's the closest to hatching. Then I'm going to take that out and take it to the new hive with the bees that are on it as well. Now that I know where the queen is, and it's funny, this is a honey frame. It's only the second frame in, and there's the queen. Not exactly a frame you'd expect to see the queen on. I don't see any eggs on here though, so I'm willing to bet that what that means is that the next 5 frames are going to be full of brood. That's why the queen is over here on this frame, because she's looking for space to lay. And when I do take a frame of cat brood, I'm going to give her back a really nice empty frame so that she can work and lay and not feel too crowded. Okay, so what I'm going to do for now, just get some smoke on them. And of course, smoker's not working all that great. I don't want to take the queen too far from the hive. I'm going to try and set up a little safe place for her by moving this frame, but you know what? Let's just get her in the box. There's lots of room between her and the next frame. She's right here, so I should be good to pull this frame out. So if what I'm figuring is correct here, then this hive is going to be pretty loaded with brood. Now, I'm not even going to remove the pupa on the top of these frames here, the larva there, because the bees will eat all those up and repurpose all of that protein. And again, that way, nothing is wasted. I'll have a good look at all of them, looking for mites, trying to find any kind of sign of mites, but I don't see a single one so far, which is really good. Lots of drone brood on here already. This frame comes out, feels very light. I'm just blowing on the frame here to move some of the bees over so I can see if there are eggs in there. And this frame is just full of eggs. Wow. This side has some eggs in it, but also has a lot of empty space as well. So she has room to lay, so let's get this back in. Okay, this one's light too. Okay, they're just capping brood here as well. That's pretty nice. Yeah, you see? Nice brood on here. Still capping it. I'll have a look at the larva up here. You see it all up here? Just looking for any speck of kind of a purpley reddish kind of speck, about the size of a pinhead. But I don't see any. It's looking pretty good. I don't see any mites on that larva. I mean, if you were to see some, you could just plan on doing a treatment sooner than later. But here's one up close. It looks pretty good. You can see there's still a ton of drone brood here. You see those cones up here, those big ones? That's all drone brood. So this hive's going to be fine for drones. That will not be an issue. Last year, I think I had too many drones. I had a few hives that just were loaded with drones. More brood that is being capped as we speak. Again, the ideal frame that I'd like to take from here would be the oldest frame. And I think as we go further towards the far end of the hive, we're going to find older capped brood. because the queen is on this side over here, closer to me. So she's likely laying from this side over to here. It doesn't always happen that way, but that's not a bad, rule of thumb. But bees don't have thumbs, so they might not know about that rule. But again, older capped brood, like we expected. Looks good. I don't see any queen cells. So far, no supersedure cells. Some drone brood at the bottom, which is where I like it. Top or the bottom is good. Don't like it in the middle. Let's see this one here. Oh, a nice brood frame with some bee bread. You see that pollen there? I'm just going to have a close look at the larva here. You see it up there? I'm going to look for mites on those. I'm going to pull one out for you to have a look at. There it is. Again, I'm just looking for any sign of a mite. You see it be a very clear dot on it. And there's nothing. Let's see this one. This stuff is pretty freshly laid. Just the last 10 or 12 days. 10, 12 days so, maybe. Is that a drone there? Is that a drone there? This is a drone right here. This looks like a drone right here. There, that's a drone for sure. So let's see if I can pick it up for you. I'll show you. That's good. Just missed him. We already have drones coming out. There it is. That's the first drone I've seen so far. And that's not going to be a drone that's hatched. That's a drone that survived the winter. And I don't recall seeing that before. Because normally the ladies kill all the dudes. All the drones die as you head from fall into winter. And they don't like to overwinter drones because it's just a waste of resources. This frame here is just full of brood. There's eggs and larvae and surely enough bees to cover them. So I'll take a look at the other side here. And yeah, well, look. Looks pretty good. I see another drone here, so that's 3 drones. Which is odd. Good to know. I mean, it's good to know that there are drones out, but these drones are not new drones. They're drones that survived the winter. I don't recall seeing that before. So I'm going to look at this last frame here just to make sure they've got good honey because they're kind of low on resources here. So I want to make sure they do have at least this full frame of honey. And, oh, I'm glad I looked at this frame because they've got some queen cups happening here, 2 of them. So I'll get rid of them, and yeah, this frame is full of nectar. It's nice and heavy too, so this side is some capped honey and nectar. They're a little low on resources in this hive. I'm going to make a note of that because we still have a few bad days of weather here. Cold weather and lots of wind and rain, so not ideal foraging weather. So yeah, there's nothing in these queen cups. It's odd to have queen cups in a honey frame, but I've seen odder things, that's for sure. All right, so the queen when we left her was in this area on this side of the frame here. So we're going to make lots of space here to be able to put that frame back and know that we're not going to squish the queen. So these guys are a little light on resources, as we said, mostly just because of the lousy weather we've had here in the last couple of weeks. So their lack of ability to forage is becoming a factor, but I don't think this hive requires any feeding. I think it's doing just fine on its own. And I didn't really find any frames here of brood that I would particularly want to take to the other hive, though. So we're just going to let this hive go as it is. We're going to call this a 10 out of 10 inspection. And thanks for joining me. Let's move on to the next one. At 40 honeybee.